If we're really being honest deep down, many of us carry this quiet belief that self-compassion might make us, well, weak, or maybe lazy, or even less ethical somehow. It's like we've got this internal drill sergeant barking orders, making sure we stay in line, and we think we need that voice to keep moving forward. But is that really true? Can being harsh with ourselves actually work better than being kind? Let's unpack that together. Have you ever caught yourself thinking this way too? Stick around, this might shift your perspective. Are there any drawbacks to being compassionate with ourselves? Let's start there. And to answer that question, we're going to walk through the 6 biggest myths about self-compassion that are floating around out there, and then we'll check in with what the research says. Most of what I'll share today comes from Dr. Kristin Neff, one of the most well-known voices in the world of self-compassion. Dr. Neff explains compassion as the deep wish to ease suffering. And when it comes to self-compassion, it's as simple as treating yourself like you would treat a dear friend. Sounds simple? It is, but not always easy. Let's explore the first myth. Myth number 1. Self-compassion is narcissistic. This one comes up a lot. There's this worry that if we're too gentle or loving toward ourselves, we'll turn into someone arrogant, self-absorbed, or even narcissistic. But actually, self-compassion isn't about inflating our ego or thinking we're better than everyone else. It's really about recognizing our shared humanity and reminding ourselves, it's okay to be human. Being self-compassionate means acknowledging that life is hard sometimes, that we mess up, and that we still deserve kindness. And here's the twist. Narcissism doesn't come from too much self-love. It often comes from deep, unresolved shame. So in many ways, self-compassion isn't feeding narcissism. It might just be the thing that heals it. Interesting, right? Let's move to the next one. This one's about strength. Myth number 2. Self-compassion is too easy. There's a stereotype that self-compassion is this soft, gentle thing, and therefore it must make us weak. But the science tells a different story. Self-compassion is actually a powerful driver of resilience and inner strength. One study looked at veterans returning from Iraq and Afghanistan. It found that those with higher levels of self-compassion were less likely to develop PTSD, even more so than those who had experienced less combat. That's huge. It shows that how we treat ourselves after hardship matters just as much, if not more, than what we've been through. And let's be real. Choosing compassion over criticism is not the easy road. It takes patience, bravery, and a lot of intention. Like when a parent says, I'm going to stay calm and loving with my child, even when I'm exhausted or frustrated. That's not weakness. That's courage. Can you think of a time when being kind took more strength than snapping? Let's keep going. Myth number 3. Self-compassion is self-indulgent. Yes, the classic, if I'm nice to myself, I'll eat ice cream for every meal argument. But self-compassion isn't about giving in to every whim or avoiding responsibility. It's about caring for your well-being, just like a loving parent does for their child. Sure, sometimes that might mean rest or comfort food or taking a break. But it also means making choices that support your health, your goals, and your future self. And studies back this up. Self-compassion is actually linked to better habits, like exercising more, eating more mindfully, and taking better care of your body overall. Still with me? Let's talk about something that hits close to home for many of us. Selfishness. Myth number 4. Self-compassion is selfish. It can feel counterintuitive, right? If I'm focusing on myself, am I ignoring others? But the truth is, when we take care of ourselves with compassion, we're actually better able to show up for the people we love. In fact, research shows that people high in self-compassion are seen by their partners as more giving, more emotionally supportive, and less reactive. So while you don't have to love yourself first to love others, many of us love deeply even when we're hard on ourselves. Loving yourself helps you sustain that love without burning out. Also, real self-compassion often involves healthy boundaries. And no, boundaries aren't selfish. They're what allow real connection to flourish. Have you ever found that being kind to yourself helped you be kinder to others? Let's move to myth 5. It's about responsibility. Myth number 5. Self-compassion will make us less moral or responsible. This one's big. Some people worry that if we go easy on ourselves, we'll stop being accountable. But in reality, self-compassion creates the space to take honest responsibility without falling apart. When we attack ourselves, we often avoid admitting our mistakes because the shame is just too much. That can lead to blame shifting, denial, or emotional shutdown. We've all seen it, maybe even done it. Someone hurts us, we bring it up, and instead of repair, they spiral into guilt or defensiveness. It's hard to move forward from there. But if we've built a kind inner environment, we're more able to own our actions, make amends, and grow. Self-compassion doesn't mean letting yourself off the hook. It means being a better, braver version of yourself. Ever noticed how hard it is to learn from a mistake when you're stuck in shame? Let's talk about motivation next. It might surprise you. Myth number 6. Self-compassion will make us less motivated. Here's the thing. People often assume that being tough on ourselves is what keeps us moving. But the data shows the opposite. Self-compassion is actually tied to higher motivation, more productive behavior, and greater resilience. Studies even show that compassion activates the brain's motor cortex, the part that helps us take action. When we care, we act. That's true whether we're helping others or working toward our own goals. Not only that, self-compassion reduces procrastination and performance anxiety. It helps us bounce back from failure and try again. Harshness can sometimes push us to act, sure, but it wears us down. Over time, that kind of pressure leads to burnout, not success. Compassion, on the other hand, is like a long-burning fuel source. It helps us show up again and again in a way that's sustainable. What kind of motivation feels better to you, fear or care? Let's wrap this up together. Conclusion. So there you have it, the 6 big myths about self-compassion. That it's narcissistic, easy, indulgent, selfish, irresponsible, or demotivating. And as we've seen, all of those are rooted in misunderstanding. But here's something deeper. Even after clearing up the myths, many of us still carry hidden fears about what being kind to ourselves really means. These are quieter, more subconscious beliefs, and they can be surprisingly powerful. In the next episode, we'll explore those deeper fears together. The ones that often keep us stuck even when we want to change. Thanks so much for being here with me today. If you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe or share it with someone who might need a little more kindness today. And if you're a therapist looking to train with me and earn CUs, you can visit my website at toriolds.com. Take care of yourself, you deserve it.